Chili. Sure is chilly this time of year up here in Pennsylvania in the mountains. But today, in honor of National Chili Week, I'm about to share you one of my favorite recipes, one of my oldest recipes, and it's Dad's football chili. Now, my football chili got its start when my kids were very young, and we always sat around the TV on Sunday and watched football. Now, what do you eat when you watch football here in America? Chili, wings, cheese and crackers, pepperoni, but it always seemed that everybody wanted the chili. Even to this day, when my kids come home or there's a special event, they'll say, "Dad, can you make your chili?" So it was Craig's football chili, but now it's Dad's football chili, and I'm so honored that they love it. So that's the little history of it. But my recipe started way back in 1980. And I got a hold of Better Homes and Gardens, and I hate to, push anything, but that's where that recipe originated from, the start of it. This chili is a very mild chili because I cook for the masses. You see, I don't eat for me, or I don't cook for me. I cook so other people can eat. And I want everybody to taste this chili. And they can add their own heat, their own spices after they have the basics. And we serve an array of jalapeno peppers and sour cream and cheese and onions alongside of it so they can add to it. But I hope you watch this video all the way through because there's going to be tips, and it's extremely easy to make. It takes a long time, but not in the beginning. And I hope you try the recipe and you share the recipe. That's the biggest thing, because eating is sharing. Cooking is sharing. It's a wonderful thing. So I'm going to leave you with this. You won't see my face on this video again until I start eating the chili at the end, which will be about 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours after this. And then we'll have a discussion on, see if you cooked it along with me. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you share this video, and I hope you like my posts. Godspeed and bon appetit early. Triple rinse 3 cans of red kidney beans and then place in this Pyrex bowl. Now it's time to brown the meat. Take a little at a time, put it either in a skillet or I use the Dutch oven, and you brown it. Just a little bit at a time. It works out a little better than putting the whole lump in. And don't forget to add the salt. When she's browned, you want to scoop that out, put it in a colander. Get all that brown out. And that's the first little bit. And we're going to repeat this with the 4.5 pounds of beef we have. So while the meat is browning, I'm working on the onions. There'll be about 5 or 6 medium to large onions cut in small pieces. Now we'll do the onions the same way, and we'll blend them to chop them small. So after the meat is all cooked down, we have a little bit of fat in. We turn the Dutch oven off a little bit, because now we're going to add some onions, some carrots, some peppers. We don't want it to splatter. Plus the grease is just a little bit and it's evaporating. So we're going to add some onions. And obviously the carrots came with it too. Now we cut the seeds and the ribs out of jalapeno peppers. We cut up some Cubano peppers and we add. Next we prepare 4 cloves of garlic to add to the mix. We give it a little stir. Make sure it's all blended. We add the 3 cans of red kidney beans and the 2 cans of diced tomatoes with the juices. This is what it looks like before we add some more liquids and the spices. So that's the look you're aiming for. So with a cup and a half of beef broth, a little kicked up, we add all our dry ingredients, and it's warm, almost boiling water. So all the wet ingredients, the cumin, the paprika, the chili powder, is all melted already, and it's going to all be dissolved, and it goes in wet. So we have no chalky taste, and the flavor gets right into the mix. So now we give it one last stir, a really good stir, and we're going to take this Dutch oven, and it's going to go into the oven. Hey, it's a Dutch oven, it's in the oven for about 2 hours. And when it comes out, we're going to have a feast. Well, okay, the chili's done. About 4 hours to 5 hours, the time we started to finish. We didn't do a lot of the work after the first 20 minutes. We just cooked it, we watched it, we re-seasoned it, and now we're going to eat. So here's how I serve my chili. There's lots of variations. If you go to Cincinnati, they serve it over spaghetti. You go to Buffalo, it's very, very hot. You go down south, they use cornbread. Right, Brian? They use the cornbread. They have some cornbread with it. So here's how I do my chili, because this is the way I love it. You have to have a special bowl. So let me just focus that and get this really close. That's the bowl I eat my chili in for the last 20 years. That bowl right there. And I didn't stain it. See, it didn't stain. Okay, so I've got a little pot here. And truth be known, after I cooked all that chili, I canned 4 quarts for a special party. And I had some left over, so I reheated it. And we're just going to scoop it in this bowl. Ah, man. Homemade chili. Now, you saw the pictures before that it was all kinds of different colors and stuff. I'm going to lift this up because I know I screwed up already by not giving you a focus. See how nice that color is after you cook it down for about 4 hours, and it all blends beautiful. So what I do, that's only for me, but this is a pretty good recipe. I take some sour cream. I put a little bit of sour cream in there. Then I take some, well, I'm going to put onions next. We're going to put some onions in there. Some just white onions. This is the heat. Remember, that's mild chili. Anybody can have that chili. There's no hot spices at all except possibly paprika, if you consider that a hot spice, and some, other spices. What do I say? The chili spices. But it's not really hot. It's very mild. When you cook it, it blends beautiful. Well, I'm using my fingers again. So we're going to put some jalapeños. Now, these are fresh pickled jalapeños in my own stock. They come out fantastic. And then finally, we're going to put some cheddar cheese. Now, if you really wanted to get crazy, you could stick that and melt that cheese on top of that. I'm not have the patience for that right now. All right, chili. If you can't eat it with a fork, it's not chili. It becomes soup. I know a lot of people like to get more in their mouth, so they go grab a big spoon like this. Where's my big spoon? Oh, must have got rid of it. But if you can't eat it with a fork, I don't consider it chili, and that's my particular choice. But let's see how this tastes, all mixed together. Oh, the sour cream. No, thank you. Geico could help you save on homeowners and renters insurance. I'm telling you, folks, happy Chili National Chili Week. Happy Chili con Carne Week. Happy Dad's Chili Week. God bless. One more bite, and then I'm going to go watch some football. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.